1. Paul, 3-0 at home. It was always going to end at some point, your winning run. Did you see it ending like that though?
You never see it coming, do you? Like I said prior to the game, I'm not Mystic Meg, but no, we never turned up. Simple as that. Never turned up. So if you don't turn up, like I said prior to coming into the game, you're not going to get 3 points. You're not going to get a draw. You're not going to get nothing out of this game if you don't turn up. So we've got to take it on the chin.
That first half an hour practically sealed the game, didn't it? I mean, there was very little tempo, very little urgency from your side. That results ultimately in those changes being made so early?
Yeah, well, it wasn't to do with personnel. It was to do with systems. We thought we'd have a look at something else because obviously the 4-4-2 wasn't working. But yeah, systems, tactics, all that kind of stuff. If we don't turn up and want to compete, then that all goes out the window.
If you look at the game overall, 3-0 in the first half, 0-0 in the second half. In some way, does that make it even more galling, the manner in which you conceded those first 3 goals?
No, I just don't think. I know people might say, well, we had a better second half, but I just don't think it was. I don't think we looked anything like we have done for 90 minutes. So what was, you say we were 3-0 down in the first half, but I don't think we were much better in the second half. We huffed and puffed a little bit, and one or two might say we might have had 1 or 2 goals. They had a few cleared off the line, but no, we just didn't turn up. No excuses. We just weren't good enough today.
2 major flashpoints. The first one being the penalty in the first half. What were your thoughts on it?
It was a penalty. Yeah, it was a penalty. If you looked at us today, I thought we were second best to the ball. Every second ball that dropped down, there was a red shirt there instead of a yellow one. And if I'm honest, the penalty came about because while they did it, we was thinking about it. You can't win football matches like that. The basics, I call it, winning second balls, passing the ball. All the basics weren't there today. So, we're never going to win football matches. As simple as that. People like to say we got away with it Tuesday or Barrow on the Saturday. We didn't get away with it today. Just weren't good enough. Simple as.
Louis Briscoe, straight red card. What did you make of that incident?
If I'm honest, I thought either one of them could have gone. But because I think both of them went in with some intent. But
was it silly by Louis Briscoe or was it a sign of frustration perhaps on his part that maybe he got himself drawn into such a scenario?
I was quite close to it, and I thought both players were actually, both of them went over the top. If I'm honest. One day it would have been Louis, the other day it would have been Vaughan, but it happens. He got sent off. There's nothing we can do about it. I can't change the referee's mind.
He's a big loss now, though, isn't he?
Well, we've got players that are chomping at the bit to come in. I said 3 weeks ago when everyone was getting carried away with all the hype surrounding us that it's a really long season. And I think it's days like this that we've got to realise. We've got some strength in depth. And we might have to use that in the not too distant future. But yeah, I'm probably talking with my heart now, but I'm a little bit gutted, not just about the result today, but the manner about that we went about it. And I say we don't turn up, you don't do the basics well, you don't run as hard, you don't tackle as hard, you don't pass the ball. You get beaten, as simple as that. We got beat by the better side today.
Would it be fair to say your side, from where I'm sat, perhaps needs a fresh impetus, a fresh direction? I mean, perhaps maybe a plan B?
No, I think what needs to happen to us is that we need to realise what put us on this run and stick to it. It's very, very easy, especially with players that are playing at this level, to all of a sudden feel as though they've arrived, or to feel that they're all of a sudden they're a good side. And I think individuals and teams, collectively, they lose sight of the fact that we, if you analysed our run, we worked hard, our shape was good, we did all the basics well, and we won football matches.
The good sides also continually evolve, because if a side continues to play football one way all season, albeit if it's very successful, of course you will, but if one side continues to play football all season, other sides at some point will learn how to match up against it.
Well, I mean, that's everybody, isn't it? Steve Burr's side today will play like that all season. Will they be successful? Yeah, they will. I don't want to go into like tactics and the way people play and stuff like that. I said today that it was the basics that were missing today, not tactics, not it's just like I think they were a little bit sharper to every second ball. think they pass the ball better than us. And if you don't do that, no matter what system you play, no matter how you play as a team, you're never going to win a football match.
Next week was always going to be tough. Take for instance the travel. We've also got to go and face Wrexham, who are a good side in this league so far this year. The manner of the defeat today, the 3-0 scoreline plus the sending off, does that in any way make next week harder?
No, they're always hard games. Every week's a hard game. I say I'm not changing. I'm moving the goalposts because when everybody was here blowing raspberries about the side, I said let's not get carried away. And today's proved that point. We're not going to get carried away. It's all about the end of the season, not the here and now. Have we been bad today? Been awful. Yeah, and I include myself in that. I don't just say it's the team. I pick the side. Can we get better? Absolutely. So yeah, it's panic stations. We've got beat 3-0 at home. Much bigger teams than us have had worse scorelines. So we've just got to bounce back from it. The lads are pretty down in there, as you can imagine. We've just got to get back to basics. That's all it is.
Paul.
Futcher, that's got to be a tough day at the office, isn't it? It's 3-0. Were you expecting that?
No, the run we were on, but in this, if you don't turn up, that's what happens. We're one of the better teams. We didn't turn up for half an hour. We're 3-0 down. It's game over, and we let ourselves down. We let the supporters down. All I can do is apologise to them because we got clapped off at the end. They were absolutely fantastic. We owe them a performance now on Tuesday, and they stayed with us. But when you're 2-0 down after 8 minutes, you're not giving yourself a chance, and we let ourselves down massively.
Why did you then? What was the problem? Why did you come out of the trap so slowly? Because they were all over you, weren't they?
Yeah.
First sort of 8 minutes they were 2-0 up, but then they were bossing you for the first 20, half an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. To be fair, we have been starting games not bad at but we've gone a goal down early. We need to regroup. We didn't. We went to pot. We kind of lads started panicking a little bit. But listen, we'll stick together. It's one defeat, I think, in 9. It's not the end of the world. If you look at the points we've taken from the last 9 games, we're still, you'd have took that, I think, 9 games ago. We move on quickly. You don't forget it, but you've got to move on quickly. And we go Tuesday to Wrexham, and great game for us.
Is it a good thing that you've got a game coming so quickly, do you think, after that performance?
If we had a game tomorrow, I think it'd be better. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, we've got to move on, move forward. As I say, you can't forget it because it's happened for a reason, but we need to move on and put things right. And as I say, you've got to give yourself a chance in games, and as a defender I'm disappointed, but I think as a team we've got to take, we can't start games like that as a team, we can't do it. And if you do, that's what happens, if you get a bit overconfident with the run we were on, I don't know, but brought back down to earth with a massive bang today.
Now they played a very attacking formation, Kidderminster, didn't they? I'm guessing you're aware of that before the game though. A lot tougher though, it sounds obvious. They've got 3 up front, it's harder for you guys at the back, is it that obvious?
I don't think it's just that, to be honest. 3 up front, I think they kind of played one behind the front 3 as well, like an attacking midfielder. But formations, it's 11v11. I don't think formations have got anything to do with the way we started the game. If we start the game against any team playing like that, you'll be 3-0 down. 2-0 down after 8 minutes, it's poor, and all we can do is apologise. And we're working hard Monday to put that right.
What's Louis Briscoe like in the changing room after the sending off? There was a bit of a sort of melee around the referee afterwards. I said to the manager, it looked like both players had jumped into it.
Do you know what? I was pretty close, and to be fair, I'll be honest with you, letter of the law, they probably both should have gone because it was a 50-50 and they both kind of went in quite high, to be honest. I think their lad went just as high, but he stayed around screaming on the floor. There was nothing wrong with him. If Louis stays down screaming on the floor, the other kid, and who gets sent off then? It's a case of who screamed the loudest with the ref, I think, got sent off today, and